The last time we saw the ladies of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they were dressed in lingerie and doing a free photo shoot for Portia's bedding brand. For some reason, the photo shoot also happened to be a meditation session and a women's empowerment event. That paved the way for Shamea and Porsha to hash out their issues in front of their entire friend group. It left us all wondering how a decades-long friendship could fall apart in less than one season of Housewives. On the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 Episode 11, let's be honest, we got the answer to that lingering question. There's much more to the story of Porsha and Shamea's friendship fallout. It turns out that years ago, their moms went through the same exact thing. After last week's Pampered by Porsha event, Shamea was left feeling frazzled about the relationship with her bestie. The two ladies met up for dinner to try to have a heart-to-heart, but it felt painfully awkward to watch. Elsewhere in Atlanta, Drew and Ralph's divorce took another nasty turn. He's trying to come after Drew Sidora, LLC. Keep on reading for the full breakdown of this week's RHOA episode. The day after the Pampered by Porsha event, Shamea met up with Cynthia to talk about what happened. Shamea took it very hard and said she hardly slept. According to Cynthia, the situation reminded her of her friendship fallout with Nene Leakes, a name we didn't think was allowed to be uttered on this show. I was a little blindsided, Shamea explained in a confessional. I would never give these ladies an opportunity to put my friendship with Porsha on the line. Then, we learned that the drama with Porsha and Shamea runs much deeper than we thought. Obviously, their friendship dates back decades, but so does the relationship between their moms. Plot twist. Shamea explained that her mother and Ms. Diane were two peas in a pod. They had a falling out when Shamea and Porsha were young. Unfortunately, Shamea didn't want to dish on what exactly happened, but either way, it's always caused a weird, underlying energy between Shamea and Porsha. It's all starting to make a lot more sense why RHOA tore their friendship apart so quickly. It's been on unsteady grounds for years. Cynthia is the busiest friend in the business. Not only did she meet up with Shamea this week, but she also met up with Porsha to get her take on the drama. If there's a rift in the friendship group, you can expect to find Cynthia on the front lines trying to make sense of it. She met up with Porsha and Angela and went bowling in a completely empty bowling alley. In between frames, Porsha talked about how her daughter has been asking about Simon's whereabouts. There's no easy way to tell her that Simon isn't coming back. At this point, he might be getting permanently removed from the United States altogether. Just the fact that she even brought him up, I didn't know where to take that, where to deal with those feelings, Porsha explained in a confessional. After hearing her daughter talk about how much she missed Simon, Porsha said she reached out to him via text. He left her on read. That's probably because he was too busy posting inflammatory things about her on Instagram. With everything going on with her divorce, Porsha said that she was feeling too fragile to engage with Shamea. Unfortunately for Porsha, Shamea isn't going to let her ignore the issues growing between them. Episode 11 had a lot of Porsha and Shamea's drama, but it wasn't all about the childhood friends turned housewives frenemies. There was also a bunch of messiness continuing to unfold between Ralph and Drew. Last week, the cameras followed him as he wined and dined with Drew's castmates. This week, he's trying to get Drew's lawyer removed from their divorce case. You never know what this man is going to do next. Drew explained that he also caught her off guard with a new request in the divorce. He's supposedly trying to get 40% of her business entities. One of them is appropriately called Drew Sidora LLC, an entity she said she's owned since 2005. Mind you, these two got married in 2014. As if that's not enough nonsense for one episode, Drew said that Ralph also locked her out of the house in the middle of the night, forcing her to get a hotel room. Meanwhile, he was probably sitting in the basement watching the Ring cameras and giggling to himself. The non-stop chaos left Drew feeling fragile, just like Porsha. This episode concluded with Shamea and Porsha having a good, old-fashioned sit-down. When two housewives show up in a public place to have a face-to-face meeting like this, that's your signal to put your phone down, pick up the popcorn, and fully focus on what's happening on your screen. Shamea and Porsha showed up, both wearing cream-colored outfits. They were on the same page with their looks, but that's about the only thing in sync with these two. These ladies could hardly force small talk with each other. Eventually, Shamea started firing off her list of complaints about Porsha. One of her biggest ones was that Porsha acted dismissive towards her. The fact that she sighed right in Shamea's face in the middle of this conversation proved that point. Then, the big kicker came when Shamea started talking about their mothers.